Well, look who's finally back. Sorry for being MIA for so long, you guys, but I am back with this simple glam wearable look using all matte cosmetics. So if you want to see how I got this look, just keep on watching. First thing is first, skincare. I'm going to be taking the Reset and Revive Charcoal Mask and applying it all over my face. I love using this mask before applying my makeup whenever I know I'm going to be going out for a long period of time. And I do like applying this using my silicone brushes. I get these off of Amazon. I'll link them down below if you guys would like. I love how smooth my skin feels after using this mask, which is why I like using it before applying my makeup. I just feel like my makeup goes on a lot smoother and I get a more flawless finish when I do. I do leave it on for about 10 minutes, act a little crazy, and then once I see all the nastiness dried up, that means it's time to wash it off and admire our clean, nice skin. To bring back some moisture into my skin, I drench myself in charged water. I love how refreshing and cooling this feels, and again, it's very hydrating, so it's a must for me. Now for some normal brows for a change, I'll be using the eyebrow styler and the Shape and Shade brow tint in Lingering, I think you say it. I've been loving the combination of these two together. I don't really do regular brows often, as you guys probably know by now, but whenever I have done them, these two have been my go-to. I don't really grow hair just at all in general on my eyebrows, but mainly I don't towards the end of the brows. So what I first like to do is fill in the front of my brow using the styler, and then very lightly just fill or kind of outline the end part. Now I'm going to take the brow tint and I'm going to finish filling in the ends of my brows, and then I'm also going to go around the front of my brow, just overall everywhere, making little strokes. This is what I love about this brow tint. It gives you a hair-like effect. Like, it literally looks like you're brushing on little hairs onto your eyebrows, and it makes them look a lot more fuller than what they really are. To clean up my brows, I'm going to be mixing MAC Select Cover Up and my last drop of Pro Longwear Concealer. You guys know I take my sweet ass time doing this. I love a nice, clean, crisp brow. I do go in with a little bit of foundation on the top part of my brow to clean it up. And 500 years later, your brows should look something like this. For the eyes, I'm going to go in with the Heat Stroke palette from the Patrickstarrr matte collection, and I'm going to take the shade Sandy Crotch and place this above my crease while my brother annoys the shit out of me. Just keep blending out that color above your crease. This is going to be basically our transition shade. The next two shades we're going to be using are Saddle and Embark from the Patrickstarrr Glam AF palette. I'm going to first take Saddle and place this on my crease. And I'm going to keep going back and forth between Saddle and Sandy Crotch just to blend the two together well. And while you're blending, just start shaping out where you want your cut crease to go. Then taking Embark and a MAC 217 brush, I'm going to further outline where I want my cut crease to go. It's basically just a guideline for when I cut my crease later on. It makes it a little bit easier. Continue deepening up that color and going back and forth between Embark, Saddle, and Sandy Crotch until your look is blended to perfection. Now to cut the crease, as usual, we're going to go in with MAC Select Cover Up Concealer, and I'm going to do my usual place the concealer and look up trick. I thought I went a little bit too high up and I took it off a little bit, but then later on it ended up going just exactly where that line was, so there was no point of wiping it off. And as always, take your time with this. The more precise you are, the more cleaner your cut is going to be. To avoid having too many layers of concealer on top of each other, I go in with a makeup wipe and I just wipe off all that excess concealer. This kind of also helps to make my line a little bit more precise. And when I finish cleaning this off, I'll just go in with a fresh new layer of concealer. That way my base isn't so thick and you avoid creasing. To deepen up that crease, just take a little bit more of Embark with a small detail brush and just continue adding more color just to make that line deeper and more crisp. And after all that blending, your look should look something like this. Now for the lid, we're going to be placing Melon Pigment all over the lid. Towards the end, I kind of do a wing liner type of situation. I was just going to go ahead and place this color all throughout the end of that cut crease, but I kind of decided to make it into a liner towards the end. You guys will see I use a smaller brush for that. And I do end up using a little bit of a mixing medium with the pigment just so that it could make it a little bit more into a liquid, and that way it would be easier to wing out the end. Now for a little bit more sparkle, I'm going to be taking Everyday is Sunshine Dazzleshadow, and I'm just going to pat it all over the lid where I put the pigment. These are so freaking beautiful and sparkly. They look 10 times better in person. You guys need to definitely check these out. The lashes are probably the only thing not from MAC that we're going to be using today. These are from the Boldface makeup. They are in the style Mega Babe, and these are Mega Bomb. To prime the face, I'm going to be using MAC Prep and Prime Skin Base, and I'm just going to place this all over the face. I love this primer. I keep one in my kit and one for myself. For foundation, I mixed Studio Fix Fluid in NC42 with a little bit of Hyper Real Glow in bronze. Studio Fix does have a mattifying finish, so I just wanted a little bit of a glow in there. And I kind of went a little bit crazy, but I still liked the combo. And I did blend this out using my Holy Grail e.l.f. Beauty Sponge. For concealer, we're going to be going in with MAC's new Studio Fix Fluid Concealer. And I mixed the shades NC38 and a little bit of NC35 just to brighten up a little bit more. I've been loving this concealer ever since I got it. It's not super thick like Shape Tape. It's very light. It blends out so nice. It's supposed to be full coverage, but I would say it's a medium coverage, but it's definitely buildable to a full. To set my concealer, I'm going to go in with Patrickstarr's Loose Setting Powder. I wish I would have gotten 2 of these. I'm so mad that they no longer carry it because it's such a good freaking translucent powder. So good. You guys know I'm not a fan of baking, but I do bake around my nose and place translucent powder on my under eyes when I'm going to use color, but I didn't end up using any here on my under eye. As always, to set the rest of my face, I'm going to take Studio Fix powder in NC42 and just pat, pat, pat all around the face. To contour, I used all 3 shades from the Sculpt and Shape contour palette using my MAC 168 brush. Now, if you guys are part of the Snapchat fam, you know that at this point it went downhill for me. I caught a really bad allergic reaction to what I thought were the powders, but I had tried them out before and I did not have the same reaction. I tried them out afterwards and still no reaction, so I still have no idea what really caused the bad burn on my face that day. I almost gave up, but I ended up sitting it out for about an hour or 2 until the rash calmed down. I didn't include a clip of what it really looked like because it's unnecessary, but again, if you're part of the snap, you know what I'm talking about. While I waited for the rash to calm down a little bit more, I did start working on my eyes again. I took Technakohl Graphblack liner and used it to tightline and also to smudge it on my waterline. If you see that bump on my cheek, that's actually the reaction. I had that on both sides of my face. Anywhere I contoured, that rash was there. And that's what it looked like when it was already calm. So just imagine what it looked like at its worst. To further smudge out the black liner, I'm taking Embark from the Glam AF palette, and I'm going to just use that color to finish smoking out my under eye. I'm going to keep going back and forth between Embark and Saddle. on my under eye until I get it smoked out to how I want it. Don't forget to swipe off all that excess powder. I like using a dual fiber brush for this. Very quickly, I do go in with the lip prep and prime. I'm just going to quickly put this all over my lips to moisturize and prep my lips for my lip application later on. Using these two mascaras, I'm going to first take Extreme Dimension Mascara to coat my fake lashes slash real lashes, just to blend them in together. Then taking a Bold and Bad Lash Mascara, I'm going to coat my bottom lashes using the smaller brush. To finish off the face, I went in with a little bit of Studio Fix powder in NC50 just to finish contouring the rest of my face. It looks like I'm being really rough, but I'm actually not. I didn't want to irritate my rash anymore. For bronzer, I went in with my Holy Grail Give Me Sun Mineralized Skin Finish. I did also use it as a blush, sort of. I was already red in the face, so I didn't want to add any more blush and make it even more red. So I used Give Me Sun as sort of a bronzer blush type of thing. At the end, I always like going in with my dual fiber brush, and I just like blending in all the powders together just for a more seamless look. And could this even be a real makeup tutorial if we didn't shower, bathe, soak, drench ourselves in Fix Plus? I mean, just take it in, girl. My favorite one to use at the moment is the rose scented one. Ugh, I live. I totally forgot to insert a clip of it, but I am using the Flash and Awe Hyper Real Glow highlighting palette to highlight my cupid's bow, my nose, my inner tear ducts. I love this palette. It's definitely one of my go-to highlighting palettes at the moment. I do keep another one in my kit. Really do like them. To highlight my cheeks, I'm going to go in with Patrickstarr's Hot and Heavy Illuminating Face Powder. This one is more on the subtle side for highlighter, but if you do wet the brush, it kind of intensifies it a little bit more. I do mix a little bit of Flash and Awe in here as well, just to add a little bit more of a glow. Even though I didn't want to go so crazy because of the rash, I didn't want it to like enhance the rash, but it didn't. It ended up turning pretty good. I really do like this combo. I go back in with a little bit more of Everyday is Sunshine Dazzleshadow, and I add it to my inner tear ducts just to add a little bit more of a sparkly glow to it. It needed a little bit more. You guys know I can never keep anything simple, hence I added the two little Swarovski crystals to my under eyes. I need a little Shazam, you guys, okay? I'm sorry. For the lips, I'm going to be going in with Young Attitude Liquid Lipstick and Peace, Love, Unity, Respect Lip Gloss. I rarely use the actual lip applicators in lip products, but I really do like the ones in these liquid lipsticks. Probably because of the pointy shape of the wand, it's easier for me to outline and fill in my lips with them. And the formula overall for these is pretty good. So this is what the look looks like with just the liquid lipstick color. You can obviously add whichever color you want to this look. It's pretty simple and it goes with just about any color. I was not about to do a nude, which is why I went with a little bit more of a bold-ish color. Again, you can choose whichever color you like and it'll probably go with this look. As a second option, you can go ahead and add the lip gloss over the liquid lipstick. This was literally accidental. I did not think the color combo was going to come out so good. I literally fell in love with this lip color combo. Obsessed, and I know a lot of you guys were too. And now here's the final look with the lip gloss. I did end up loving how this turned out, even though it was totally out of my comfort zone. way too simple for me, but I think what made the look come together was the balm as lip color. I did insert a clip at the end of an eye close-up just so you can get a better look at it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know your comments, suggestions down below, and I'll see you guys on the next one.